In this video, we're going to see how you can use Zapier to update a Google Doc by using responses from your TextIt flow. I've set up a simple survey flow here where I've collected 3 different wait for responses. I've collected name, age, and gender. My next step is to create a Google Doc. On this Google Doc, you can see I have 3 columns. I've decided to match those names exactly to my wait for response names. You can see I have name, age, and gender. Let's go back to my flow. Whenever we have a flow from TextIt trigger an event in Zapier, we need to add a flow event. To do this, I'm going to go into my settings. I'll go down to REST hooks. Okay, and I'll create a new event. Make sure to use hyphens to name your event rather than using spaces. Okay, I'll click Save. Now when I go back into my flow, I can go ahead and add a Call Zapier action. I'll drag that down, drop down to Call Zapier. This action may not even appear until you have created the event. Okay, I'll drop down. The event I just created is here. I'll choose that. Click OK. We want to make sure that we add the Call Zapier action after we have collected all the information that we want to include in our trigger. Okay, now I need to go over to Zapier. If you haven't yet, create your Zapier account, log in, and click Create. Choose Zaps. First, we need to choose our trigger event. Our trigger event is going to be a flow in TextIt. If you don't see TextIt pop up right away, you can search in the search bar there. Okay, I'll click TextIt. App TextIt, trigger event. I'll choose New Flow Event. Log into your TextIt account using one of your API tokens from your settings. Next, you have to choose your event. It pops up here already since my account is connected. This is the event we just created. If you have more than one event, they will all show here. Okay, continue. Now we need to test our trigger. Before we can test our trigger, we're going to need to run our flow at least once. We can do that in the simulator. Okay, go back to Zapier. Click Test Trigger. All right, we can see Flow Event A pops up here. Here we will fetch and check the sample data that we generated in TextIt using the simulator. The sample includes the value, rule value, and the wait for response results. Generally, you'll want to use the rule value as it's the value TextIt returns after evaluating the incoming response. We'll see that next. With this selected record. What action do I want to trigger? I want to trigger an action in Google Sheets. Action event. I'm going to scroll down and choose Create Spreadsheet Row. If you haven't yet, connect your Google account. Choose your drive. Choose the spreadsheet's name. Worksheet, normally this is sheet 1, unless you have multiple sheets in your spreadsheet. Here I can see all my column names pop up automatically. Name, age, and gender. Okay, what do we want updated in the name column? We're going to scroll down. Values, name value. Okay. Age. Same thing. Values, age value. and gender. Scroll down to click continue. Now we need to test this step. So Zapier should send a new row to my Google Sheet to test my event. So if I go into my Google Sheet, you can see my test showed up here. Name, age, and gender fields were all filled in. Okay, it worked. Okay, so as long as that worked, we can go ahead and click publish. Publish. Okay, over here we can see that our Zap is on. If we want to turn the Zap off, we just click there, leave it on. Okay, let's go back into our flow and finish that setup. On the Call Zapier action, we can see success and failure. Failure means that for some reason that Zap did not work, okay? For example, maybe I just simply unpublished it or turned the Zap off, or something was up with my Zapier account, but we definitely want to know when that's failing. So I'm going to add a send an email action to email my colleague. If it worked, I'll just let them know that the survey was completed successfully. Okay, that is the end of the setup for our flow. Let's go ahead and test this with a real contact. Okay, we'll go ahead and start that. I got my first message in the flow. Okay, it should have worked because I got my success message from my flow. Let's go over to our sheet and check it out. Sometimes it takes a couple minutes for the sheet to update. There we go. Okay, so name Sally Sue, age 25, gender female. If you have any questions about setting up triggers in Zapier using TextIt, please feel free to reach out to our chat widget. We are always happy to help.